So, turns out you quite like the dash. There we are. Welcome back, by the way. It's another evening down the garage, cracking on with a bit more on Little Red. Lots and lots of things on the list to do to get done before the next 3 outings, which are happening in September. But yeah, turns out the dash is quite popular. It's growing on me a little bit. I'll give you that. It is growing on me a little bit. Obviously there's still a few bits to be done. Put a fuel gauge in there, move this up, all that nonsense like we discussed in the last video. But yeah, positive. Growing on me a bit. You lot seem to like it. Dean's on his way down this evening, so we'll sit Dean in the car and see what he thinks of it. And yeah, not bad. Anyway, right, getting on to the point of what we're going to be doing this evening. I can't remember if I did show you. I did very briefly show you some of the firewall in the last video because that's what we were cutting, weren't we? So we got this panel cut out. You have to excuse the lights. I've got the lights out the back there, so there's a bit of glare. But so we got that panel cut out. Now, off camera the other evening, I did get this piece of bar. I welded up some tabs on the end of the pieces of bar, put some riv nuts in the bodywork, and got this all bolted in roughly there or thereabouts. So yeah, this evening we are going to crack on with that. What I'm going to do is quickly drill and put 2 rivets in each end. I'll have to drill those rivets out because this still needs to be bead rolled, which we'll be doing tomorrow night. But that means I can get rid of those G clamps, and then we're going to look at putting our supports in for the top and the big piece that's going to go here somewhere. I've got length of cold rolled steel bar there and some aluminium angle. We're just going to start cutting and screwing and see where we get to. I've got a bit of an idea in my head. Obviously we've got our FIA approved hardboard template over there to work from, but I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go yet. So I think I'm just going to start cutting, throw a few ideas around, see where we get to, bring you guys along for the ride, and hopefully by the time this evening we'll be in a position where all the panels are cut and all the supports are in, and then I'm shooting up to JP Fab tomorrow to get the bead roller. Bring the bead roller down, get it all bead rolled nicely and all riveted and put in properly and nicely and lovely, and we'll be another step closer to being finished, and another step safer as well, because the idea behind this is, you know, ultimately to separate the fuel tank from the driver compartment, which kind of explains itself, isn't it? Self-explanatory really. So right, I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to carry on drinking my beer, and then I'm going to I don't know, catch you guys up when I've done something. Right, well, we cut it, and it's going to fit. Right, there's only one way to find out. Let's have a look.
That's the way to say, make once, cut once.
Maybe once, cut it once, fuck it up, start again.
Drop your fuel pipe out.
Right, I don't really know how it used to fit in there actually. In one piece, thinking about it. it's got to be done in 2 pieces then. Simple as that. Annoyingly, I didn't think about this. I was doing it in 2 pieces. Could have left some of the offcut on one end on.
You can overlap.
It's going to be an overlap. Alright, I just have to cut it off.
Make a nice little trim piece.
Right, we cut it in not quite half. Basically, we cut it in line with the support, or in line-ish with the support bracket that goes down the middle. I thought that might look aesthetically better. And that's that half. That's that half. That should slide in there. And but it doesn't fit in a good way, or not so good way. There's a little bit out on that front corner, but it's not terrible. It's too long on the back, by the way. We did plan that. The idea is I'm going to work out where that is and then bend it so that it's got a nice finish. Kind of works, doesn't it?
That's a tight fit.
Very tight, isn't it? So, see up the edges there. I mean, it does tuck. It will tuck underneath there a little bit. Like, kind of puts it out square there. We're going to put a neoprene seal around the edge anyway. So actually, it's not bad. Considering I cut that freehand with an angle grinder, it's actually really quite straight, isn't it? Right. Just want to pull that stop out. Close the boot down. Alright. Oh, fits. What does it look like in there? Looks quite good, doesn't it? It's quite tight to the boot lid. I'll go around and poke that through there. Let's see what it looks like. I think it goes.
I don't think that's moved it actually.
No.
Me just doing that.
Can't see because there's 20 tons of shit right in the car. And then. Quite tight now against boot lid.
Looks like it. It's a bit difficult with a cage in here now to.
Well, yeah, you've got a jungle gym in there now to climb around.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty tight.
Lovely job, right. Should try and cut the fuel filler neck now. See if you can ruin that as well. Right, okay, so let's pass from the bonnet stay. Also known as a piece of 15mm chrome copper pipe. So, right, let's put our cap in there. Work out a cut and a fold for the back.
And go from there.
And go from there. Happy days. Right, catch you in a second. Right, bit of a confession to make. Came down here the other evening, just after the clip that you've just seen. Forgot to bring the camera. And then I thought, that's alright, I've got my phone with me, I'll record it on the phone. Then just forgot to record it. So, done quite a lot, which you guys wouldn't have seen, which I'm going to show you now. I have still got one more panel left to make though, so we can I can make that and show you guys how we made them all, if you're interested, obviously. It's coming out quite well so far. So right, you last would have seen us trying to struggle to get the panel in, so we decided to do it in 2 bits because we had no choice, it wouldn't fit. Got 2 of the 3 bits in, and actually it's come out really nice. Considering it's my first time I've ever used a bead roller, well happy with how that's come out. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but like I say, for the first time you're ever using a bead roller, I'm chuffed with it. So yeah, long and short of it is, I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Right, long and short of it is, got this top panel in, got a little trim piece going on here. I started welding this piece, and then you can see I ran out of gas, so I had to go get some more gas, but I started welding this, so I need to put a few more stitches in this piece of double bar here, and then weld on some tabs. That's going to wedge up underneath there, which will then allow us to basically rivet the join in together. So we've got this top piece in, which now fits really nicely with the filler neck, really happy with that. And then I'll show you from the inside. We've got our back panel on, which has got a nice bead roll in it as well, which again, well happy with how that came out. That's actually the second piece I did, as you can probably tell, because it's a little bit better than that first piece that I did. But yeah, so far, well happy with how this is all coming out. So I've got one more piece of aluminium down there, and I've had to shut the doors because it's absolutely fucking it down with rain outside, which, with the risk of sounding like an old man, we need it. It's not rained in weeks. Anyway, so right, let's come around here. So I've got this one last piece of flat sheet here to do, so I've got to prep the edges on it and then stick it through the bead roller, which I borrowed this from JP. This is a banging little tool. I might have to buy myself one permanently because I really like this tool. It's quite cool. The only downside is doing things on my own. I'm trying to hold the sheet like this and rotate the arm on the bead roller at the same time. Really a two-man job, but Dean's not down until next week and I need to crack on. So right, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get grinder out. I'm going to cut this to shape because it still needs to be trimmed down a little bit. Mark out my shape for the bead roller and cut it, bead roll it, fit it in, and then also picked up a little USB thing which we'll put in the dash as well this evening for USB phone charging and obviously the dash power. Right, let's crack on. Okay, right, so panel is cut, trimmed, edged, la-di-da-di-da, test fitted, and I've marked out, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it because I've done it in pencil so that it will easily come off, but marked up my lines where I want to set the bead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on the ceiling. Die whilst I'm doing it. Let's pop you guys up. Right. That kind of works, doesn't it? Right, so bead rollers. So bead rollers then, because obviously I'm a complete professional when it comes to this now, because I've made 2 of my own panels plus a test piece. So basically got a diploma in it. Anyway, reason with bead rolling this is A, because it looks cool, but B, because it's got quite a lot of flex in it. Shin feet aluminium. By putting a bead in it, it will stiffen the panel up. So I'm going to pop this in here, which is just a case of undo the locking screw, lift this up, slide this in. Now I've got to turn this other light off because I've got to turn that light off because of the glare. Right, so I'm going to pop that in there, line it up with where it needs to be, wind the locking screw down, get my 14mm, trusty 14mm. Make sure it's definitely lined up before I clamp it in the wrong place. Clamp it down pretty much as tight as it will go. Which is about there. And then basically I'm going to wind it with this hand over here and feed the panel through that end, and we'll end up with a nice bead in there. So slow and steady wins the race. Here we go. Mint. Right, that's that bead roll. So, right, get my spanner, undo the locking pin. Lift that up, slide that out. It's a little bit off at the edge there, but again, pretty happy with that. And now, as you can see, there's less flex in the panel. Right, put it in the car, shall we? Oh, sweaty job this. Right. Whoops. Ah, completely forgot. I need to weld this. Right, I'll weld this and then I'll be back. Right. Finished making up the centerpiece, which this is 2 bits of bar welded down the middle and then a tab on each end, and then I riveted in. So that's now solid. So I can now move this out of the way. Right, move on so I can knock myself out. As funny as that would be. Right, that's out of the way. Right. Nice freshly pressed panel. Just slide under there. Slide in there like that. Slides in there like that. I've got to trim this back piece a little bit when it's done, but that sits in there just like that. I've got this little piece here which is going to go on there. I'm going to quickly deburr the end, clean it up. There's a little mark on there, but okay, it'll do. Right. Some rivets. Rivet gun. Make sure it's square. Right. Oh no, because I need another one at that end, don't I? Think about that. I've got to put one at the end, obviously. Right. Oops, whole thing moved. Extra long rivets for these ones because they're going through 2 layers of aluminium and the steel bricks. Voila. Right, I've got about 600 more holes to drill and then we're good to go. Right, keep drilling. Right, and there you have it. Battery ran out on the GoPro the other night, so I forgot to, or I didn't end up finishing the outro, and then I forgot the camera, so now I'm on my phone, but it happened. So, yeah, there it is. Pretty happy with that. It came out, to be fair. Nice and solid. Front, I'll show you around the other side, you'll be able to see better from this side. Poke through the window. So, what it looks like from the inside. So, good. yeah, pretty happy with how that come out, to be honest. Still a few little things that I need to do. I need to sort out there's 2 little holes. I'll move out the line. There's 2 little holes there that I need to drill out for the charge cooler lines. But I want to get a bulkhead fitting for that first. I then need to sort out, oh no, I've already sorted that out. I sorted out the fuel filler gauge as well, which is all done. And the gauge is actually up on the dash. I'll show you guys really quickly. This is the first time I've had a working fuel gauge in like 10 years in this car. Turn it on. You can see, working fuel gauge. The only downside is it is really, really bright. It's a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. So with it being there, it kind of reflects in the window and stuff. So I need to do something about that. What I might do is just get like some window tinting film and stick it over it to try and not make it as bright, but it works, which is the key thing. Is it works. Dash is all in everything. We've actually just been up the road. Sam's down here this evening, but we've actually just been up the road for a quick scud to go fill it up. So it's now got a full tank of petrol in it for the first time as well, first time in forever. It's going lean under boost for some reason, so I couldn't. We went for a little drive, but every time I got on the throttle, it went really lean. So I haven't got the laptop down here, so I can't check it tonight. But that's for another evening. But as it stands, the dash is now all in and working. The firewall is in and works really nicely. Let me close this down actually and show you guys. I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's all closed. You can see it's basically just where the original parcel shelf would have been, but obviously made of aluminium, and it just seals all that fuel tank and stuff off from the driver's compartment. So yeah, pretty happy with how that came out. I've still got to sort out the rear mounts back here. You can see for the roll cage, but I have started doing the front ones. Still got to drill that one and then obviously weld the plates in. But that'll be for another video. We are going to Kent Classic Fords on Sunday, so probably not going to do anything massively more with the car before then. It'll probably just be a case of give it a clean over and have a look at the fuel map tonight. Try and see why it's going lean. Might try and come over here Friday or Saturday this week, just take it out for a quick drive and do a data log just to find out why it's going lean, because it wasn't doing that before. Yeah, I don't know why it would be doing that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's going to do it. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.